Hi, Carlos. For this week's Life Lab, I decided to talk about my experience that I had this week with Everett. 2 days ago, I was woken up before my alarm by Aurora. She came into my room and started shaking my arm. She said, "Mommy, I stepped in something in Brother's room." And I just rolled over and was frustrated and was like, "Go back to bed, Aurora, it's too early." So I just completely ignored everything that she was saying, and I brushed off the interaction as she, steps in things all the time. Like, it's okay, it's not a big deal. I wiped the bottom of her foot. So completely just disregarded everything that she said and that she needed me. Then I heard Everett screaming. So I jumped up out of bed. I run into his room and I find vomit all over his bedroom carpet. It had been there for quite a while, and that's what Aurora had stepped in. To my dismay, I had to get that cleaned up. So I now have Everett and Aurora both grabbing at me, asking for things, needing my help. Because I didn't take care of Aurora's initial need, it compounded the situation later on, and when Everett was asking me for things. The amount of internal noise that I had going on was so loud. Also, with Everett and Aurora talking to me, I had sensory overload. And so I managed to clean up most of the mess. And then once I was done with that, I went back to Aurora and I apologized for not listening to her initially and saying that her needs are important, and if she ever has a problem, she can come to me and ask me for help. So my listening skills were greatly affected by the distractions, and this is where I fall short all the time when I'm talking to somebody or listening. So this week we're focusing on listening. When I'm listening to someone, I have a lot of sensory input that's happening, and it causes me to get overwhelmed. Most of the time when someone is talking to me, I have a million things going on in my mind. So I need to work on strategies on finding a way to be more of an empathic listener and knowing that what the other person is sharing with me is just as valuable as what I have to say in return. Sometimes my thoughts pop up and I'm like 10 steps ahead when I'm listening or talking to somebody. So if I have a thought, I feel this urgent need to say it immediately before I lose it. And that is inconsiderate to the person who is speaking. So as a aspiring mental health professional, this is a skill that I need to fine tune and really hone before I go into the field. And it's something that I am self aware, hyper aware of, and learning different strategies, such as quieting the noise within my mind and also my surroundings, can help me, and focusing on the person that's in front of me rather than everything else that's going on. I think for me, I need to set up, a time and a place, but with kids, that's not always possible. They need our immediate attention, and that's a whole nother can of worms. um, so that interaction between me and Rory, it did not foster safety or healthy communication. It pretty much signaled to her, like, I'm unavailable right now, and that is heartbreaking to me. I always want to show up for my kids in the best way, but with the circumstances being that, you know, I was being woken up before my alarm, and it was just tons of tons of things just being thrown at me. I did not respond in the best way, and I think repairing situations after that, after, poor listening, is just as important as repairing a situation after we say things that are hurtful. So it goes both ways. We need to be cognizant of the words that we say, and then also the way that we listen and are attuned to people's needs. Thank you.